The answer is yes. With all of the suffering, with all of the shvarim, with all of the truah, with all of the shvarim truah, the great tekiah, the great shofar will be sounded, I hope, way before you see this video. Surely way before Rosh HaShanah. Shalom uvracha from Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh. I would like to begin with a public statement of gratitude to Borei Olam, thanking God for the blessing of being able to begin today the second series of holiday videos. And of course, it would not be possible to do this without the dedicated assistance of the great videographers here, of Michael and David and Daria. We want to bless them with the highest level of bracha and simcha forever and ever. And I wasn't really sure that we would ever get to the second series because we didn't really have the funding. We still don't have the funding. And if there's anyone listening or viewing who would like to participate, it really would facilitate the possibility of us continuing. Today, together with all of Yerushalayim, we all sense the great preparations for Rosh HaShanah, called in the Torah Yom Teruah. One of the main fulfillments of the commandments of this great day has to do with sounding the shofar. And we recite a blessing on Rosh HaShanah, Asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. We recognize the fact that God has commanded us to listen, to hear, to understand the sounds and the messages of the shofar. When we sound the shofar, according to our tradition, we sound it in a very exact form. We always begin with a straight sound called tekiah. Maybe I can ask one of our great friends here, Rav Yishai, could you tekiah, vakasha, tekiah? Now you notice tekiah is a straight sound. But immediately following that, depending on which section of the shofar we're doing, we have shvarim truah. Shvarim truah. So we have this broken sound, or a combination of broken sounds, and then following the shvarim truah, once again we have a tekiah, a straight sound, tekiah. And that's the way it follows in all of the series of sounds. Tekiah, always followed by a broken sound. Notice, a broken sound. And after we do a shvarim, we go back to the straight sound of a tekiah. Tekiah, rak tekiah. Or another possibility is we start off with the straight sound of a tekiah. Tekiah vakasha, rak tekiah. Thank you so much. And then we go to the broken sound of truah, rak truah, rak truah regila. And זה בסדר, זה בסדר, זה בסדר. אתה תוקע.
לא, פחות מזה, לא, להגיד להם.
אנחנו מדגימים פה, זה בסדר. And following the truah, we go back to תקיעה רגילה.
מי?
תקיעה.
רגיל?
כן. Perfect. So the question is, why is it that every sound of the truah, why is it that every broken sound, whether it's shvarim teruah or shvarim or truah, it's always preceded by a straight sound of tekiah, and it's always followed by a straight sound of tekiah? According to one interpretation, the sounding of the shofar, the way we do it, tekiah, shvarim tekiah, tekiah, truah tekiah, tekiah, shvarim, truah tekiah, represents the notion, Elokai, Nishama shenatata bi tahorahi. The soul is the purest, is the most straightforward. Everyone begins with the purest level. But there is no person on earth who stays only pure. Everyone has tru'ah, everyone has shivarim, everyone has broken sounds in their life. There is no person who lives a sinless life. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Okay, so we're not perfect. We don't stay on the level of tkiyah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, we have tru'ah. We have da-da, 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 da-da-da-da. We have combinations of shvarim tru'ah. But the message of the shofar is that no matter how far you have gone with your broken sound, no matter how distant you have become from God, from commandments, from kindness, from sensitivity, from the commandments between people and God, and people and other people, following your broken sound of shvarim and truah, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get back to that tkiyah again. The message of Rosh HaShanah is, don't give up. Don't feel that you're distanced to such a level that you can't get back to that purity. Everyone can get back to that purity. And not only can you get back to that level, you can perhaps even get back to a higher level, because the level of the penitent, according to our tradition, is even higher than the level of a tzaddik. B'makom sheba'alei tshuva umdim ein tzaddikim gvurim yicholim la'amod. And perhaps the shivarim and truah, those broken sounds that Rav Yishai was so kind enough to help us listen to, maybe it's not just symbolic of the broken spiritual sounds of each of our souls, not only symbolic of all the difficult errors that we make in terms of sinfulness, in terms of transgressions, but maybe it also indicates that very often in life, after the tkiyah, after the straightforward beginning, so many people experience various levels of challenges, of vicissitudes, of suffering, of disappointment. Let's say, God forbid, someone is going through a shvarim experience, and they feel that things are just not going right. Maybe they have to look back and know that there was a period, remember? There was a period before this where things were calm, and guess what? After this shvarim, just get through the shvarim, and you're going to get back to the tkiyah. Your life again is going to be resumed with the most pleasant levels of mei menuchos, of calm. And maybe you're going through a truah experience, and you feel that everything that's happening to you in life, there's so much shaking going on. Truah, da, 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 da. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to look back at the previous tkiyah and know that it's going to be followed by a tkiyah. And let's say you're going through a double level of brokenness. Let's say you're going through a shvarim and a truah. Da 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 da. Yes, it could happen, God forbid. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't think it's all hopeless. Somebody addresses a letter to us with all the pain and suffering and distrust in the world and in Israel today. Can there really be peace and love in the new year? I really need to know what you think. I need an answer that gives me hope. Is there a chance? With all my heart, thank you for your heartfelt words from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, I believe what we're trying to say is that that's precisely the message. That maybe the world at large has suffered so much shvarim, so much truah, so much shvarim truah, and that's the message of Rosh HaShanah. There's going to be this great tkiyah. Yes, there will be peace. Yes, there will be happiness. Yes, there will be success. We'll תתקע בשבילנו תקיעה, שברים, תרועה, תקיעה.
לא, אחד מקוטע צריך.
לא רוצה.
לא.
בשבילי. תקיעה, שברים, תרועה, תקיעה.
המקוטע לא קטע בסוף? למה?
לא, האשכנזים לא נוהגים ככה.
למה?
ככה זה, מה אני יכול לעשות?
לא, 101 הם לא נוהגים?
תקיעה, שברים, תרועה, תקיעה, תעשה ככה. תשרת.
לא, תקיעה, שברים, תרועה.
אני אעשה.
רגיל.
תקיעה. שברים תקיעה.
מה זה? עוד פעם אותו דבר? לא, לבד.
תקיעה, שברים, תקיעה. God revealed the divine to the Jewish people as they were leaving Egypt, and then they went through difficulties, those 7 days where they're running away from the Egyptians, and they don't know what's going to happen. They look like they're going to drown in the sea. And then again, there's a revelation. Tkiyah, Shivarim, and Tkiyah. And that's the message of the Garden of Eden. They're in the Garden of Eden. Tkiyah, right? A straight sound. And then they're thrown out of the Garden of Eden. Da, 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 da. And then they get back to the Garden of Eden. That's what we long for in our lives, to try to reconnect to Gan Eden. And that's the story of the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael. Tkiyah. They're thrown into Galut, into the diaspora, and scattered in so many different parts of the world with the Shvarim Truah, symbolically, of the suffering of the exile. And you know what's happening? They're coming back to Tkiyah. If you ever participated in an Ashkenazic synagogue service on Rosh HaShanah, you know how they end all the sounding of the shofar. There is something called Tkiyah Gidolah. Tkiyah Gidolah. And what is this Tkiyah Gidolah? So I would like to understand it to mean V'haya bayom hahu yitaka b'shofar gadol. The messianic shofar will be sounded, says Isaiah. It's going to be a Tkiyah Gidolah, a straight sound, because that will remove the ultimate level of redemption, will bring about a period of no more sin, no more shvarim, no more truah, no more shvarim truah, no more pain, no more anguish. Just the great shofar blasting the never-ending tkiyah of personal and collective redemption. Shana tova u'metuka, a year of tkiyah, a year of straightforward sounds of blessing for each of you. We hope that you, together with the entire nation of Israel, together with all of humanity, may your personal shofar sound this year only the sounds of good health, of joy, of happiness, of prosperity, of unity and blessing. K'tiva v'chatima tova, la'altar l'chayim tovim, chayim tovim arukim, briim, u'metukim, shana tova u'metuka. Shalom from Yerushalayim. Thank you so much for listening.
El la